Oh, stop, Waylon, stop. Come back here.
Boys and girls, welcome to another amazing video. Today I'm going to talk to you about this VelociRAX bike rack that I purchased off the internet. I'm going to run through a few of the functions of this thing, not too many of them because it's pretty straightforward and I do not want to insult your intelligence. However, the main thing I wanted to know when buying this is how high it's going to be with bikes on it and how the overall length of the vehicle on whether or not I can get it in and out of my garage. So I have this on a 5th gen 4Runner, which you may or may not have, but what I'll do is I'll measure everything right from the very top of the receiver, and that way you'll be able to tell the total height, width, length, everything else. This is the VelociRAX 5-place. I have 5 seats in the 4Runner, so I got 5 places. One other thing about this is the 5X model. And what the X model is it has 15 inches between each hoop. The other one I think has 10. Why did I buy the VelociRAX over the North Shore? Unlike the North Shore, this rack only touches rubber on your bikes. So the wheel goes in the hoop, your back wheel goes against here, it only touches rubber. With the North Shore, you got to hang it on the fork. If you have a carbon bike and you're kind of delicate about your things. And speaking of delicate, there's one thing I have to tell you about this thing, and that's the way that it's shipped and the way it's packaged. It is insane how well it is packaged. That's actually the most impressive thing to me. There's no way for it to get bumped or scraped or scratched or anything like that. They have cardboard molded for all the pieces, and it's just a really good packaging job. And the second thing is, because you have to put it on the forks, you got to lift the bike a little higher. And I have big hopes and dreams of my 7-year-old getting his bike off here by himself, but I don't think he can. Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. In fact, it is blizzarding behind me, and it's April 9th. Unbelievable. Anyway, this is 100% a 2-person job to put this thing on your car because this swine weighs about 85 pounds or something like that. I just happen to be dumb enough to do it myself. So, and also you can put it through the back window of your vehicle quite easily because it's so heavy. So, here we go. Don't try that at home because it's stupid and you'll hurt your back. Okay, here's one of the coolest things about this bike rack is when you put something in your 2-inch hitch and it rattles around like that, you get a lot, some people call it hitch slop. On the bike rack itself, I'll show you a shot of this, but essentially there's a wedge on the 2-inch tubing, and the wedge is hooked up to this nut here. It's just a 17 mil bolt, and that bolt pulls the wedge tighter, and it just creates a wedge inside the receiver, and then you don't get any hitch slop. It doesn't flop around. It's awesome. It's awesome. I hate when people are always like, your channel's so good, your videos are good, you should have way more subscribers. It's like, yeah, I should. Now, just for the purposes of demonstration here and to add some variety, I put a bike with, like a commuter bike with skinny tires on the far end. I got my motorbike here. I got my legit mountain bike here with almost 3-inch tires on it. And then I put a 24-inch kids bike on the end. And when you look across the top of the 4Runner, you can see clearly the highest point is going to be my mountain bike. So that's where we'll measure from. We have 75 and 3/4 inches from the top of my receiver to the highest point of that rack right now. And that's, this Trek bike is a medium frame bike with 3-inch wheels on it. Almost 3-inch, they're like 2.8. So the total length from the very end of my receiver, right here, to the furthest point out, which is this seat, is exactly 52 inches. So that brings my total length to 1 inch over 20 feet. And if my math is right, my total height is about 94.5 inches. The opening on my garage is 95 inches, which means I have somewhere around a 1/2 inch. which is like super sketchy, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I think I would have heard it hit. It was gonna hit by now. Obviously that was super sketchy, but it went out my 8-foot door, which is actually not 8 feet. It's an inch shorter than 8 feet. But will it go through a 7-foot door? I don't know. So the 4Runner is just sitting funny right now, so it's not sitting level, so it'll be a different measurement. But I'm just gonna measure the top of this wheel, roughly. So that's 99-ish. So if you were to back into your garage, you just unlock this and let her come down, and then I'll measure this again. We were at 99. I'll have to come through here. $99 to about 92, so it dropped down 7 inches only. So with the rack down like this, you save yourself about 7 inches. So you could technically pull out like halfway like this if you had a shorter door, drop the rack back like that, drive out of the garage, and then push this back up. And she locks into place. Now, I said my hopes and dreams were that Junior could maybe get his bike off of here, so I'm gonna go he's never done it before, and I don't think he can actually reach the handlebars, but I'm gonna go get him to try. That is a hard no. Oh, he could almost. It's a little high for him. He's 7 years old. He could damn near get it off. Mama, give her a go. Just like that. Smooth as silk, I guess. One thing I almost forgot to mention, from the top of my receiver to the top of this hoop is 56 inches on the pin, exactly. So from the top of the receiver, top of this hoop is 56 inches. And for those of you who are gonna run this on a 4Runner, you're gonna ask if the tailgate will open. It's not gonna open when it's in the upright position, but once it comes down, which it needs a little weight to do, and once I figure out how to open the hatch, it does. So that's a great thing if you have a 4Runner. And he's off. There you have it. The VelociRAX 5-place. That's the height. And the total length, hopefully this video was useful. It's a lot of work for me to do this, so maybe you could subscribe. That would be real nice. So I appreciate you watching.